Everyone, happy New Year's. I hope you had a wonderful break these past few weeks from lessons. We have missed you dearly and excited to get started again next week. I have been in New York City. I just got back from yesterday and I rode the train. And I highly recommend riding the train if you have a chance. It's cheaper right now, a lot cheaper than flying, but then also it's really nice to see the countryside, to see the drive there was really, really pretty drive. I usually go to New York every New Year's because my one of my best friends lives there, and then also my cousin lives there, and so I go and hang out. And Matterhawks, even one New Year's, I did the ball drop. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Literally, no one that did the ball drop with us was from the area because they lock you in a pin really early in the afternoon and you have to stay there. You're not allowed to leave. If you leave, you lose your spot um, until midnight. And so you can't go to the bathroom. There were people who were having food delivered to the pin. Now, that last hour was wild and crazy with confetti and just the general mood. This is when MTV was really popular, and so we were right in front of MTV. But I will never do it again. It was some of the coldest I've ever felt. You get in between those buildings or in the middle of Times Square, and it's just the wind is just going crazy. So I've gone to New York a lot of times doing various things for New Year's, and so this year my cousin and I went to a Broadway show. You guys probably saw the picture. Went to Sweeney Todd, which is one of my favorite musicals. Definitely one of my favorite Sondheim musicals. It is my favorite Sondheim musical, but it is up there. It is not as many. They're not as many like singable tunes, but the ones that are singable are really good. Joanna is a really good song. A lot of people do it. And then uh nothing's gonna harm you, I think is the name of the piece. Those are two really, really good pieces to for tenor guys to sing. And a lot of opera companies do Sweeney Todd because the musical is sung 95% all the way through, and so it's like an opera, and it's dramatic and there's killing. And you guys know the story of Sweeney Todd. When I was in Paris, they actually had their own real live version of Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd is the barber who slits people's throats in the chair. And then obviously when I was in London, that's where it came from, the story. It it's not gory, the musical. Now the movie, it might be a little bit gory. I haven't actually seen it with Johnny Depp all the way through, but in the musical, it's not gory. They just have the trap door, and so they go back. Once he slits their throat, they go back and they go down the trap door, which was really cool. I also saw an opera. I went to the Met and saw Carmen, and it was cool because that is again one of the most well-known operas out there, but they set it in modern times, and so it was actually set in America, like in a border town in America, instead of it's supposed to be set in Spain and sung in French. It was still sung in French, but it was set in America. So I wanted to talk a little today about commitment. It is that time of year to be thinking about it. We're starting a new part of the semester next week, and everybody's starting things up again. And we've talked about this before, but I want to kind of touch some points again because it's very easy to forget. Why do we have a commitment at this school? Why? Wouldn't it be so much easier if people could just leave and come whenever they want to, and there's no commitment, there's no discipline in that way? What happens is that exactly what it is. There is no commitment. There are very few things in this world that take a commitment, that take discipline, that take time. And music, by its very nature, is one of the only things out there, one of the only extracurricular things. I would argue a lot of things take time, but music, you can't fake it. Even if you're not doing it regularly, it's really hard to fake. It's really hard to fake. Now, some people try, and some programs claim that they can get somebody there in a short amount of time, but it's faking it. music by its very nature has to be slow and methodical, and you build momentum. So at our school, while it might be easier for schools to not have a commitment and have people come and go as they please, that is not an alignment. And I would feel like a fraud saying that that's okay, because then we have students who come in who never actually learn. They learn a small amount and then they leave. And then we're supposed to be, we've taught them, right? And so to me, I would feel like a fraud doing that, because I know how long it takes. I am very old. I was about to tell you how old I am, but I'm not going to tell you how old I am. I have been doing singing. I have been taking lessons since I was 17 or 18. And I'm still not all the way there. I still have so much more to learn, there's a beautiful thing about it. And my technique, the thing that I take from my teacher, you guys have seen a lesson, there are 5 levels to the technique. I don't know what level I'm at right now, but I know that I have not learned everything that there is. And there's something beautiful about that, and also scary, right? Because that means that I have to be able to sit with that uncomfortability when I feel frustrated or I want to do something else. I have to be able to sit there and kind of sit with that feeling and be okay with that feeling and keep going. There's something so beautiful about that. And it's such a good lesson for life. Because if we just willy-nilly did whatever we wanted to all the time without any discipline, without any commitment, we would never get good at anything. We would know a whole bunch of stuff and be able to do things a little bit here and there, but not really know it, not really understand it. What I'm asking of my students is a lot. It's a lot. I'm expecting a lot from my students. And that is that to get to a place where you really know your instrument and really know yourself. And that does not come fast. So the easy way out, the more likable, the more people pleasery way to do things is to not have a commitment, to let them come in and whenever people want to come in and leave whenever they want to leave. That is the old Erin. That is the old Raleigh School of Music. That, I would say, was North Raleigh School of Music, our former school. But now I'm asking, and the school is asking for more. And I think, and I know that you can handle it. I know that you can handle being committed to something for a certain amount of time and seeing what you're made of, what you're capable of doing, and sitting with those feelings of uncomfortability, sitting with boredom, sitting with having to communicate to your teacher what you need, knowing what you need. If we did not do that in life, we would never get anywhere. We would just be running in circles. So this is a huge life education, life moment. Again, it would be just so much easier for us as a school just to not have that, but it's not in alignment with who I am as a person. I've done a lot of therapy. I've done a lot of classes, meeting with studios and performance groups and performing studios all over the world. You remember I'm still a graduate of this program, right? And so I still talk to them weekly, and I still do, I kind of audit the classes and stuff. And so I'm still there. And that is most in alignment with where I'm at, what I think that you're capable of doing, what I think this community is capable of doing. And this is how I see we change the world. You change the world by changing yourself. You change the world by doing what is in alignment with who you are and what is truly going to be beneficial for you as a human. And so, yeah, commitment is tough. It makes me, the director of a school, sometimes have to be the bad guy, right? Because I have to be the person enforcing the boundaries. When really, we each have our own boundaries, right? And our boundaries guide us and they help us be better people and being able to be honest with ourselves, honest with other people, live an honest life. So, I try to be as upfront as I can about the commitment, that there is one. And it's up to you to honor that. Honor is a huge thing. It is hard. It is so hard. Gosh. There are days that I want to be that people pleaser, that I want to give everybody exactly what they want, give myself exactly what I want, the moment I want it. But it's just not in alignment anymore. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of not doing what is right for myself and for the vision of the school. And it might make some enemies. I told you guys, I love this YouTuber. Her name is Shalyn Lester. People either hate her, despise her, or they love her. And I think we should strive for that. We should not be liked by everyone. What we do in this world should not be liked or approved by everyone. It just shouldn't. By the very nature of living in our truth, we should not be liked by everyone. And so it's tough for someone who's sensitive like me to live that, to have that expectation. But I want, even if I'm trying to get rid of my people pleaser ways, I still want to take care of people. I still want to take care of people in a healthy way. And I think by taking care of them is creating the boundaries and the structure so that you can live your best life as a musician. So I hope, of course, the people pleaser way of living, I hope that you agree with me. But if you don't, that's okay. You do not have to commit to this after this semester if you're here. It's done. You find where you feel in alignment. But I just felt like today was really important, since we're about to go into the new part of this semester, to reiterate how important commitment is, and that it's not the easier choice. It is the harder choice. Most people would like to have no structure in that way, but then they don't learn what it takes, what is necessary to be a musician. All the other stuff, like even creativity, being talented, playing well, those things, while they're great, are not going to make you a musician. They're just not. I truly believe the secret to being a musician, commitment, not giving in to the feelings that will come. They will come. What are you going to do when you get to the place where you're like, I'm bored with this. I'm not enjoying this. I'm not getting any better. There's so many things. What are you going to do? Are you going to quit? Are you going to see who's going to be, better? How about you sit with those feelings, feel them, and figure out, why did I do this in the first place? Why am I here? Why did I even why did I make this decision? Examine that, get back to that, and communicate to your teacher, communicate to me. Don't just make a spur of the moment decision. I think that the best things in life are the things that we really think through, that we really consider, that we're not just making some haphazard decision. The best things in life are the things that we really think through and make an informed decision. I cannot wait to see, especially those students who have really committed to this, who are here. And I thank you every day, and you should be thanking yourself every day. That is hero stuff. That is not normal everyday person stuff, right? That is pretty darn amazing, and you should be patting yourself on the back for that. That's pretty awesome. Cannot wait to hear your music. I really can't. I'd much rather hear somebody who has a story, who has stuck with something for a long time, than someone who just is discovered 5 seconds and then they, I'd much rather hear that other person because they're committed. They've seen some stuff, if you know what I mean. They've experienced the highs and the lows. They have struggled. That's what it is. It's the struggle. For those people who have, I'm sure you know them, the people that have everything come easy to them, or a lot of stuff come easy to them, it makes you just go, Urgh. But I don't find them very interesting. I don't find, there's no story there. It's like, that's why when people come to me and they say, where should I go to college for music? I never say conservatory. At least not initially, not undergrad, because the teachers that are teaching at conservatories they're coaches. They're not teachers, because they don't have to be teachers, because all the students that are coming in are already good. So they're just teaching their students style. They're not teaching them technique, and they're not teaching them the foundational stuff, like what we focus on. You should go to what's going to be the cheapest option. So wherever, you can get a scholarship, or it's in state, or that has a good teacher that you like, but don't go someplace where everybody is already good, right? You got to struggle a bit. You got to, and with a state university or another type of college like that, you're going to get some other education as well. So it's not just music. You'll also get your core stuff. And sometimes conservatories don't have very much core stuff. They don't have you take a math class or a computer class or a history class. So it's really important in this music career that you struggle, that you don't get everything. If you are getting something, I would make sure that you're doing one thing every day to challenge yourself, to make yourself uncomfortable. Now, we're going to have some things coming up this semester that might do that for you. And email will be going out pretty soon about that. But every day you should do something that scares you. That is the struggle I'm talking about. I'm not meaning that you literally fail at something, although that might be part of your journey. That was definitely part of mine. But you want to do things that are going to challenge you and that are going to not come easy. So you're gonna have to find what that is. I have no idea if anybody's watching this or not. I hope so, but yeah, commitment. It's tough. It is definitely not the easy way. See you soon.